It's time for another episode of the Unity Park. This is the biggest collaboration yet in Jurassic World Evolution 2 that includes 6 different creators. And today it is my second time to build in this park. In this episode I decided to add the petting zoo to the Unity Park. I really wanted to add the new Microceratus from the newest Park Managers Collection pack. And I decided to build a petting zoo that will include a lot of different smaller species that are available in the game. Besides that, I will also build an enclosure for the Iguanodons and the Dracorex, and I will also of course react to all the incredible builds by the previous builders, so I really hope you guys will enjoy today's episode. This is Caesar Creates, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to the Unity Park once again. This is my second episode of the Unity Park and the 8th episode I think in total, and we'll start it with the reaction of everything that happened in the park since I've built in here. To be completely honest, I saw the next episode after mine, so the one that was on the Crazy Cat Miri's channel, but then I sort of decided that it will be way more fun if I won't watch the episodes and that I will just go in and react when it's my turn. So I will see it all for the first time and I will give you guys my initial reaction. I will try not to make it too long, because if you've been following the series, you already probably know what all those builds are about. I more or less know what everyone has built because I saw the thumbnails and I saw the titles of the videos and so on. But yeah, without any further ado, if I will turn around now, I think that I will see something incredible, so I just cannot wait. Okay, so this was the entrance, this is my build, and oh my god, this is so huge! They filled so much space, so much of the map. Where to go first? Like, I already love everything that I am seeing, but okay, so yeah, like, let's start from the very beginning. This was my build last time. I still really like it, but I like it even more now right now when we have this crazy big mountain in the back. I know that this is a thing built by Crazy Cat Miri, because again, this was the episode that I've watched. But seeing it right now, it looks amazing. Like the view from here, like, come on, oh my god. Oh my god. We have some enclosures in here. We have, I think this is the Albertosaurus. Yeah, some are hidden in here, but this all looks so incredible. I just love those dramatic like terrain changes and how hilly this park is. Another build, yes, it is in here. I know that Tom used some glowing dinos and did like this whole valley. So we have the Spinoceratops and we also have the Parasaurolophus in here. Amazing, I really love it. I love that those guys are using the monorays. I always forget about their existence. Okay, so I think I see that the glowing thing is the neon theme is going on in here as well on this plaza, and I really love it. This must actually look amazing at night, but okay, I won't change the time of the day just to see it. But okay, here's another enclosure actually. What we have in here, I see this, so maybe it is a Spinoraptor, probably yes, but I just cannot find any in here. Where are those guys? Are there any dinos in here? Maybe if we'll go to the map. Yes, oh, there are 2 types of dinos. We have the Allosaurus actually in here in those really cool colors. And just as I thought, yeah, the Spinoraptor is here with the glowing skin. Love it, such a great idea. I just love it so much. Okay, if we will move on, I think that I recognize it from the family. So this is Legion's build, his second turn. But so let's go here first, because this is the main street that was made by Python. And oh my god, this looks amazing. I am so bad when it comes to those guest areas, guest facilities, main streets and so on, and This just looks incredible. I love those water sections. I love what he did. Like, for example, this corner. It looks so nice. Oh my god. I love it so much. And he used this thing. I think he added the T-Rexes. Yes, he did. But the enclosure. Oh, it looks so nice with this terrain change in here. With the rocks. Come on. Amazing stuff. Like, this street in here. I love it, and how it connects to the entrance. This is so nice. Okay, I don't want to make this too long again, but I'm just so amazed by this. And I think that this section, the hotels, are actually made by Montgomery Rex. So we have an enclosure in here. Who is living in here? Why is it empty? Like, all the dinos are hiding from me today. There's a carnivore. Oh, we have a Morris Intrepidus. Hello, I love those tiny guys. There's also there's an enclosure on this side, the Dinosaurs. I love it so much. We have this thing. Why are those? Oh, this is like they are just escaping from the T-Rex, right? So clever. I love this so much. Like, amazing stuff. I also like that he added the hotels. This is also something that I am not often adding to my parks. Just because I am treating them as zoos, and you normally don't have hotels in zoos. There are some that have hotels, but most of them don't. Here we have another enclosure, I think. There are viewing galleries, so... Oh, Microceratus! I just love those guys. One of my favorite carnivores in the game. So happy that he added those. Amazing stuff. And there is another enclosure in here, so he was busy. What is living in here? Hello? Hello? Oh! The Stegosaurus! So nice, I also love this skin. Amazing. And I love the design of this. Like the rocks and all the plants, like... This will cause us a lot of FPS, I think, but it looks amazing. Cost us, not cause us. Like... English is broken today. Okay, so this is the last build by Legion, his second part. I think that this was made for, I don't know. We have feeding off. So this was probably for this small creature that I never know how it is called, the Jeholopteryctis or anything. We can actually make them like free roaming in here if this will be functional, I think. But if we'll go here, I already saw it in the thumbnail and I was so impressed. This is like a proper colosseum or just an audience for the guests to observe the habitats. It looks amazing. I have no idea how he actually made it because it looks like super annoying and super long thing to do, and I just wouldn't have a patience to do it, so I'm super impressed. We have the enclosure in here. I know that he added the Utairanas. Those are his favorite dinos, so absolutely makes sense. And the enclosure looks amazing. I just love those pacing trails again. The use of the rocks. I love the monorail. And we actually have like a tour probably going here. He I think utilized the glitch. So this like bridge design, amazing. Oh my god, I love it so much. Oh, we have like those galleries in here. Really nice. Oh, this is also nice. Like an elevated plaza or something. I just love it. And here is like their shelter, right? So they have like this part, like a roofed part where they can enter and chill. Oh my god. So yeah, this is probably all. If we'll see the map of the park, it is, as you guys can see, quite large. We still have place in here to fill and in here. And right now I need to come up with a way of filling like a smaller part of it with my build, and I have no idea what I will do. Like looking at those beautiful things, like come on, this is also good. Okay, but let's end the reaction and let me think of my builds, and I will see you in a second to show you what I came up with, and I hope that you guys will like my idea. See you in a second. After seeing all those builds, I struggled so much with an idea for my own. I mean, they were all so incredible, and when my turn came to build for the second time in the Unity Park, I wasn't prepared at all. I didn't have any prepared idea for my build or anything, so I just came in hot. I saw all the builds and I was like, okay, what now? They are all so incredible. I know that I won't be able to match this, but I came up with an idea. Maybe it is still not matching all the madness that the other guys did, but I quite like my idea. So we were just after the release of the Park Manager's Collection Pack. I still have problems remembering that name of the pack because it is so long. And of course was the first to build after this, so I wanted to add an animal from the new pack, and I decided to go for the Microceratus. We agreed that we wouldn't be adding the lagoons to this park because of the performance. I added the aviary last time, so I didn't want to go for the Thanatos Draken. And also, I am not a huge fan of the Stegosaurus, but I am a fan of the Microceratus. That's why I really wanted to add it during my turn, and it is a very tiny dino, so I had to find a way of making a fun enclosure for it that will make sense and that will look nice. And when I thought about smaller dinos, smaller species in this game, the idea came to my mind, the idea of building actually a petting zoo in Jurassic World Evolution 2. We recently had a DLC for Planet Zoo, which was all about the petting zoos, the Barnyard Animal Pack, and maybe I was still in the mood of a petting zoo because of this, but I decided to build something like this, and this was my initial idea. After actually finishing it, I decided to build one more enclosure outside of the petting zoo, because compared to all of the builds in the series, I thought that my area was quite small, even though it was 6 enclosures. I decided to add one more that is outside of the petting zoo, and in there we have 2 additional dinos, and it is a big enclosure, much bigger than the ones that I created for the petting zoo. Also, this is a park. This is meant to be a finished park, and parks and zoos, they have different sections, so it cannot be only like, you know, big and really intricate enclosures. Sometimes you have to have those like children's area and so on. Petting zoos are often called children's zoos, so today, right now, we are building like a children part of the Unity Park, and I quite like it in the end. So I was debating on what fences I should use for it, and I decided to go for those Malta walls, and they are long and straight, so I wanted to come with a really fun like layout of the petting zoo. I was trying different shapes, and I finally got an idea of making like a honeycomb shape, but the actual honeycomb shape is made up out of the hexagons, and I felt like doing the hexagons, they were a bit too small for some of the dinos that I decided to include here, so I went for the octagons instead, and I'm glad that I did, because I covered more space thanks to that. So in those 6 different enclosures that I created here using the Malta walls, we'll have 6 different dinos and different species. So we'll have the oviraptors, homalocephales, compies, we'll have the new Microceratus, we'll also have not a dino but a synapsid, the Lystrosaurus, and we also have the Minmi, so most of the smaller species that are available in the game. I tried to do each of those enclosures a bit different, using different plants, using different types of rocks, because they have the same shape, I use the same fences, so not to make it all look boring and just the same, I decided to go for different things inside. So for example, for the compies, we'll have more like a deserty enclosure, for the homalocephales we'll have more like a tropical, and so on. I was actually surprised how quick and easy it was. I was a bit afraid that it will be hard to make an even shape like this, but using the snapping tool, I was able to do it like really easy. The real struggle in here was the path, because I really wanted to surround the whole shape with this like beige path. I think it is called the staff path, because this is something common for most parts of this park. Everything is surrounded by those paths, but because I added the fences first and then I added a path underneath, every time I messed up something and I had to delete the path, it was also deleting the decorations, so the fences that was on the path. I just hate that about this game, that it does that. Every time you'll place a decoration on the path and you are trying to delete the path, not the decoration, the path will end up being deleted with the decoration. So it was a lot of deleting, it was a lot of doing stuff. That's why I skipped most of this, because it was a lot of struggle and this video would be so long. But yeah, after being actually done with the enclosures, with the path or everything, after the final shape of the entire petting zoo was done, I decided to build something additional in the petting zoo that you'll see in a second. And this is like a educational area for the children. So it will be like a campsite with a place for the educator, with the benches for these children to sit in and listen to the educator. There will be also this huge amber statue in the middle, where the educator will just give his lecture to just tell the kids how it was possible to bring those dinos back to life, and also teach them about the dinos in general, teach them about the dig sites and stuff like that. I thought that this is a really nice idea, something that you'll see in typical zoos. I always see this game as a zoo building game, but with dinosaurs, so that's why I decided to go for something like this. Next to it, I will also add the decoration with the fossils, so also something connected to the campsite, and I will also add the restaurants with the tables for the parents, for example, who will be waiting for their children while they'll be attending the lecture or a fun little activity in there. This is probably my last build in the Unity Park. We still have 4 more builders to go, and there's not that much space. There is a lot of space, but I don't think that we'll be able to do a third round, because both the performance, it is really bad because of all the decorations, because of all the stones and rocks that everyone is adding in there and in their enclosures and stuff like this. The performance is definitely going down with each and every episode, but also I don't think that there'll be enough space for the third round, so this is probably my last round. I really enjoyed building here. I really loved the idea of the entire collaboration. It was so fun, so I am so glad that Legion actually asked me to do this, because I told you last time that I'll be able to learn so much, and I did, and I think that the enclosure that I will do in the end will just prove how much I learned from this. It is actually one of my favorite enclosures that I did up to this point in this game, so super excited for this series. And we'll actually have to find a way of making a final tour after it will be actually done. So this will also be very exciting to show you guys the park when it will be actually fully finished. I saw a lot of questions recently about the Desert Cretaceous Park and the SeaWorld. You guys are especially curious if I will add the Megalodon to the SeaWorld, and the answer is yes, I will do it. I just need some time. I will be back to those parks soon. I have some videos planned for Planet Zoo right now. After that, I will go for my little vacation, and I think that in the second part of the June, I will go on and finish both of the parks. We'll do like the final tours, and I will upload them to the Nexus, so don't you worry, I haven't forgotten about them. I have been just busy with other things, but I'll be back to building in Jurassic World Evolution 2 soon. Right now you have this wonderful series, and once more, I really recommend you to subscribe to other people who are building in this park. The links are are down in the description. They are uploading much more frequent than I am when it comes to Jurassic World Evolution 2. So if you love this game just as we are loving it, definitely subscribe to their channels because there's a lot of content for you to watch. And speaking about the game, do you guys think that the last DLC was the last one, or do you think that there will be more? Because I am very like curious about this, because to me it didn't feel like a last one. Frontier likes to end their games with bigger expansions and bigger things, so maybe there will be one more or two more, we don't know, but very exciting to see the future of this game right now, especially that there were some news about the Jurassic World Evolution 3, and I'm also super curious about the new game, what they will add, what the new features will be. That will be super exciting, and I just cannot wait for this. Also, we have a new Camp Cretaceous Chaos Theory out. I think when this video will be out, it will be also out. So I am very curious about your opinions, if you guys like it or not. I cannot wait to watch it. And it will be also interesting to see if we'll get a new DLC probably for Jurassic World Evolution 2 based around this new series. Maybe there will be new dinosaurs. There are some already confirmed, like Baclospinax or however it is called. So yeah, there is a potential for new dinos, and I am always happy about this. So very curious about this. As you guys can see, I am right now adding some decorations to our petting zoo, and in a second I will move over to building a big enclosure outside of the petting zoo. This enclosure will be for the Iguanodon and the Dracorex. I just went through the list of all the dinosaurs that are available in the game, and I was looking at different species that were still not used in here, and I found the Iguanodon, and I was like, okay, I really like this dino and I haven't got a chance to build for it for a long while, so let's add this guy to our park. And then I was looking for something smaller just to complement it in the enclosure, and I found the Dracorex that is still not added here, so I decided to combine them both in here. You could see me, maybe you couldn't, but there was a path first when it comes to this enclosure. I sort of forgot to press record when I was doing the path, but after the path was already there, you guys could see me adding again those walls from the Malta expansion, and this was because I really wanted to have like a really deep ditch in there in the enclosure, and this is a really cool trick on how you can stop the path from being messed up when you're terraforming and just next to it, because those fences sort of like block or like lock the terrain, so you cannot manipulate the terrain next to them. And this is so useful if you want to just, place your path first and then build an enclosure with some bigger like height differences and stuff like this. This game doesn't have an undo button, so if you will mess up, sometimes it is hard to fix it, so this just prevents it. So I wanted to have different height elevations in this enclosure, because this is basically what other guys were doing. We now have crazy mountains, valleys, and different like terrain changes in this park, so this is something that I also wanted to incorporate here, and I used a really cool technique that a lot of other guys were using, so using basically tons and tons of rocks and placing them on the just the terrain paint of the rock texture. It looks so nice just as this like rock wall. I didn't want to add too many plants, so the dinos were still visible from those two like viewing platforms or viewing galleries that I did for the enclosure, and in the end I really love how it has turned out. As I told you already, one of my favorite enclosures probably that I ever did or I ever built in this game. So cool. Okay guys, I think that it is all when it comes to my episode, my second episode in the Unity Park, and this is actually, I think, the 8th episode in total. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't go anywhere, because there will be some cinematic shots at the end of the video so we can see everything that I've built in the episodes. The next one will be on from the Crazy Cat Miri's channel, so definitely subscribe to her if you haven't already. The link is down in the description so you don't miss it. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. If you enjoyed it, please consider to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Ring the bell if you want to be notified every time I upload a new video like this. Give this video a big thumbs up down below if you enjoyed it. Leave me a nice comment, tell me what you think about the build, tell me if you like the petting zoo and the new enclosure that I added to the park. Thank you guys so much for watching, have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!